of stuff to do today. Just enough snow that I don't have to plow. That sucks. I hate people that don't brush the snow off their cars, even if it's just a little bit, because then it flies off and it hits all the cars around you. That's just laziness. Check this out. I took my antenna off and replaced it with one of these 50 caliber bullet antennas. I put Loctite on that bad boy so nobody can just easily screw it right off. The thing works really, really good. I was surprised. Don't be lazy like some of my neighbors and leave your garbage cans out there for like 4 days after garbage day. It drives me crazy. Yeah? They might be looking for me. If somebody ever says you're going to regret that in the morning, prove them wrong. Sleep till noon. There were a lot of positive comments about that video I made with the new Snowdog VXF2 V-Blade 8.5 foot that I bought for this new truck. We're on our way now to go put Timbrens in the front end of this truck like I do to all my trucks. I put them in the front and in the back. They make a world of difference, and I know some people suggest airbags, but Timbrens are for me and that's what I use, and I don't want airbags. But anyway, I'm gonna film that, but in the meantime, that video, I understand a lot of people said, you shouldn't use that, you should have bought this, should have bought that. Listen, the plow had a lot of good reviews. Snowdog has had a lot of bad reviews in the past. They've since changed everything around. They've had great reviews. A lot of people have referred me to Stan's new video that he's having electrical problems with that new plow. And I think for the first year and a half, he had no problems with it at all. He plows a lot of major HOAs, huge parking lots, all kinds of stuff. I'm using it on this truck as a backup to my other truck for like, I think I have a total of like 45 or 46 driveways and then 2 real small parking lots that you guys have seen in all my plowing videos. So it's a backup plow for limited use, and I'm not even doing a quarter of what Stan does with his. So does that mean that I won't have the same problems? No. But you guys got to be willing to try stuff. You got to be willing to try new things. It was a smoking deal. I couldn't pass up the crazy deal I got on that plow. And to be honest with you, if I start having problems with it, or if I don't like it, I'll just sell it and buy something else. It's not a big deal. You got to try new things, and you got to see what you like out there. And if you get a smoking deal on something like I did, then you do it. If it works out, great. If it doesn't, sell it. Buy something else. It's not a big deal. Say hi to Spencer, everybody. You guys know who Spencer is. There's one of his trucks he was talking about. And his other videos, if you guys have watched those videos. This is the kind of truck that I've wanted for a long time, like a box version of it, but Spencer told me I do not want this truck because they are insanely expensive to fix. Safety first.
Right.
Look at you all clean shaven, that baby face.
Yeah, you know, fire department, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you gotta have a clean shaven to have that.
Yeah, to run inside and have fun.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to put Timbrens in the front of this thing today. As you guys know, I put them in the front of all of my trucks. Like my Western's only like 750 pounds, but when you lift that Western up on the 05, the front of that truck goes down about 5 inches. And with Timbrens, it drops maybe an inch. And and I also put them in the back because pulling my big camper, it keeps that from sagging down. But that new blade is 978 pounds, and this thing has the plow prep kit. I'm not really sure how much of that has to do with suspension, but this truck really doesn't drop that much, maybe 3-4 inches with that big blade on there. But I'm putting Timbrens in the front of that anyway. The only difference here is all my other trucks, it takes one Timbren in the back on each side and one in the front on each side. This truck has 2 in the front on each side. And all you're pretty much doing is replacing the bump stops that are down in there. And they've been very simple to do on every other truck I've ever done. It takes me about a half hour to do the front and a half hour to do the back. But this truck has 2 in the front on each side, like I said, so we'll see what happens. See if I can get the camera in here. So, I don't know how well you guys can see this. I'm trying to get it so it's not in the light here, or so I'm not blocking the light, but this right here is the factory bump stop. There's one here and there's one back there. And all the other ones I put in, a bolt comes through the top and screws right into it. But this mount and the mount on the back one are solid, so there's no way to get a bolt in through the top. But everything I'm seeing shows that they just press in there, and these factory ones are pressed in there. So I guess what I'm going to do is use a pry bar and get that one out of there and put the other one in, and then lower the truck down on it to see if it presses itself in there, and hopefully that's all it takes. I know the other popular brand of these are called Sumo Springs, and Sumo Springs, those just press in. I actually went with the Timbrens like I have on all the vehicles because I've never had an issue and they've never failed me. So we're going to see what happens. I'm going to try to pop this one out and put the new one in, and we'll see. Yeah, it won't turn on. Alright, so this is a lot harder than any of the ones I've ever done in the past. Like I said, they go up in, the bolt goes down through the top. These you can't bolt through the top, they just press in, and they're not easy. Now, I thought, there's the one right there, there's the back one, and there's the front one right there. Now I thought that I could just put them in there, use a pry bar under, pop them up in, or put the jack under the lower ball joint here, lift the whole A-arm right up and push them in. There's just not enough travel to do that. So I'm pretty sure that I have them in now. I put some grease around them and pushed them in, but let me just show you. These are the front ones. So that's what I took out, that's what goes in. Not a huge difference in them, but these I can take a pair of channel locks and squeeze them right together. That's actually how I got them out of there. Squeezed them and then twisted and popped them right out. You can squeeze these all day with channel locks. You're not gonna even press these in a little bit. These aren't even gonna move. So these Timbrens were a nightmare. They didn't go in halfway as easy as all my other trucks did. It's so much easier when you can just unbolt it from the top, pop them out, and then run the bolt in from the top again, and as you tighten it down, it sucks that bump stop right up in there. Makes it so much easier. Trying to pry them in isn't anywhere as easy as I thought it would be. But they're in, I think, and I'll find out if they fall out. I've never had any fall out, but I've never had any that didn't bolt in, so we'll see what happens. I kept the old ones in a box just in case. Wow, you're really shining a lot of light. That thing's bright.
Well, you know, for the camera.
All right. I have my own light man, but you know, he's kind of blinding me. Holy crap.
Alright, that was the dimmer one.
Nice. Does it look different looking in the back of the camera?
I think so.
I'm all lit up. My eyes sparkling now.
Hang on, the camera to shut off. The screen shut off. Oh yeah, it's definitely better.
Wow, that's crazy how bright that is. I'm looking right at the camera, trying not to even look at the light, and it's still like, it's right there.
Hey, definitely better.
You guys want to see what Spencer looks like right now, holding this up for me? That's bright in there.
You guys see that?
Wow, it's like, it's flickering in the camera. Holy cow, that's bright.
Now Milwaukee has one of these, but we like the DeWalt one better because you can set the tripod.
Yeah, you guys know what a huge fan of Milwaukee I am. I have Milwaukee everything. That's probably blinding right in the camera now. Holy cow, that thing's heavy.
Yeah. Well, that other one's the Milwaukee one's a 12 volt. This is the 20.
I don't like the Milwaukee because when we were using it painting the truck and then using it working on your truck, you can't like move it just a little bit and then stop it. It's you move it up and then you let go and it drops back down. Or
that's the 12 volt though. They have a 20 volt or whatever Milwaukee 18 volt.
Right.
That was the smaller one. It's not really comparing apples to apples.
Yeah. I just don't like the other one. I mean, it's definitely bright. I don't like the other one because of it doesn't seem like it stays in place.
Yeah.
Like how many times you keep moving that thing?
Maybe the other one, the bigger Milwaukee does. I don't know.
Or maybe Buddy Dan just broke it and it just doesn't work the right way.
Yeah, that'd be right up his alley.
He does break everything he touches, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Isn't that the rumor on the street?
Actually, that's Aaron. Aaron breaks everything he touches.
Well, Eric runs over mailboxes that Ray Charles should have seen, right? That's what I heard.
With backup cameras.
With backup cameras? There was a backup camera on that truck when you hit that mailbox?
No, it was a skid steer. Skid steer's a backup camera.
Oh. What did he run over?
A mailbox. And then what else did he run over? Something else probably too. I don't know. I'm sure it was something.
Lots of stuff. Alright. Well, that's it for now. I'll put Timbren's in the back of the truck before summer, before I go hooking my camper on the back. That thing is 8,021 pounds empty. And then when my wife loads it up, well, it's 36 foot. When my wife loads it up with all of her stuff, it's up there. So, and I usually, the freshwater, if we're at a campground where I don't have water hookups, I'll usually wait till if I'm just going down to 4 Mile, I'll fill it up before I leave my house. It's a 40-gallon tank. But if we're going anywhere further away, I wait till we get to the campground, and then I'll pull up next to one of their community spigots, and I'll fill the tank up there, and then back into my campsite. That's just, 40 gallons of what, 8-9 pounds a gallon. That's a lot of extra weight, and you can feel it back there swooshing. Like when we go way out to I don't know, Golden Hill or something, I'll cruise 70, 75 miles an hour right out Lake Road with that big sucker on the back of my truck. And I mean, it's fine. The truck pulls no problem, but when that 40-gallon tank is full, you can feel that jerking on the back of the truck, even with the torsion bars on the hitch. So definitely got to have it though. It keeps the truck from sagging and it keeps the trailer from swaying. It definitely rides better, brakes better. All right.